for a parent to make the call? Do you take your sick kid to the doctor, or do you keep them at home? And there's not really one clear-cut answer. All kids are different, of course, so you should contact your doctor if you're unsure. But our Jennifer Austin does share some tips that can help guide you.
If your kid is sick, you've probably already taken their temperature. A fever is basically a sign a person's body is responding to the illness. But how high is too high depends on age and medical history. Here's a tip from Dr. Razan Byrne, pediatrician at Children's Minnesota.
Regardless of the temperature, if it's over 100.4, you're giving a fever-reducing medicine and it's not going down, that's something I would call the doctor about.
Dr. Byrne also said any temperature over 104 is something to call a doctor about. And for a baby less than 8 weeks old, call if there's any sort of fever at all. Next, watch if your child is having trouble breathing. Here are 2 signs that their breathing is too strained and they need to be seen.
Things like nostril flaring. That's when your nostrils themselves are getting bigger as you're breathing in and out, and you're noticing dynamics within the nostrils. That's a sign that a kid's working harder to breathe than they typically should. Or if you're seeing that there's some tugging in the upper airway right here. So if you have a child who's sucking in right there, that is a sign that they're breathing harder than they should.
Finally, if you think your child is dehydrated, take them in.
The smaller you are, the easier it is for you to get dehydrated.
You can tell whether they're dehydrated by tracking how often they urinate. It should be about every 8 hours or 3 times a day.
All right, so the doctor, Byrne, says also, if you're just questioning things, just bring them in. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Might cost you a little buck or two here because it's expensive to bring them to urgent care, but if you're concerned, bring them in.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to go anywhere today, though, because the traffic